Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Earthquake 101 Crash Course. My name is Anam Vutu, a geology honors student from Rhodes University. Today, I will be giving you a talk on earthquakes, their causes, where and why they occur. I hope you guys enjoy. So we're gonna start off by defining an earthquake. Earthquakes are natural vibrations caused by sudden movements in the Earth's crust, the Earth's thin outer layer. So when an earthquake happens, it releases vibrations which travel outward from the focus in every direction. When these vibrations reach the surface, they cause the ground to shake. The vibrations travel as waves of energy known as seismic waves. So, for example, if you throw a stone in a pond of still water, a series of waves are produced on the water. A series of waves are produced on the surface of water. The waves spread out in all directions from the point where the stone strikes the water. Similarly, any sudden disturbances in the Earth's crust may produce vibration in the crust which travel in all directions from the point of disturbance. The point of disturbance is also referred to as the focus, which is the small orange circle, and then the seismic waves are the circular lines that are radiating away from the focus. The seismic waves produced due to earthquakes are basically divided into two major types. These include body waves as well as surface waves. Body waves travel through the interior of the Earth as they leave the focus and are divided into P waves and S waves. However, the surface waves travel parallel to the Earth's surface and are the slowest and most damaging waves. They are divided into lava waves and Rayleigh waves. So what causes earthquakes? There are many factors that trigger the occurrence of earthquakes. These include natural factors or natural causes such as rock slides and volcanoes, plate tectonics, plate subduction, as well as human causes such as hydraulic fracturing, dams and reservoirs, groundwater extraction. So, what is hydraulic fracturing, which is also known as fracking? This is actually an informal word to use. So, hydraulic fracturing involves the injection of fluid at depth. The fluid that is injected at depth is sometimes hydraulically connected to faults. So when this happens, fluid pressures increase within the fault, counteracting frictional forces on faults. This makes earthquakes more likely to occur on the faults. So where do earthquakes occur? Over 90% of earthquakes, including almost all of the largest and most destructive ones, happen at or near so-called plate boundaries, where the 15 or so major subdivisions of the Earth's crust and uppermost mantle move towards, alongside, or away from each other. Why do earthquakes occur? The rocks that make up the crust of the earth are full of fractures. On some of these fractures, known as faults, the rocks slip past each other as the crust rearranges itself in the process known as plate tectonics. But this slipping doesn't happen easily. Rocks are stiff, rough, and are under a lot of pressure from the rocks around and above them. Because of this, rocks can pull at or push on each other on either side of a fault for long periods of time without moving much at all, which builds up a lot of stress in the rocks. So when the rocks do finally slip past each other, they move suddenly, releasing the built up stress all at once and sending shock waves through the surrounding rocks. The shaking that results is what we call an earthquake. Some take home message: earthquakes constitute one of the worst natural hazards, which often turn into disaster, causing widespread destruction and loss to human life. They occur at plate boundaries, and their causes are both natural and anthropogenic. Two rocks slipping past each other under the influence of pressure result in shaking, which is what we refer to as an earthquake. The effects of earthquakes vary upon the magnitude and intensity. Earthquakes occur every now and then all around the world, except in some places where earthquakes occur rarely. The devastation of cities and towns is one of the effects of earthquakes. That is all for today. Thank you.